Let's wait for Julie.
New sheriff in town, Julie. I said new sheriff in town.
I know.
She's got a long bullwhip.
You should bring one. You talk Facebook.
Oh, great.
God.
That's all I want.
Continue both of them and just say.
Find like the most radical T-shirt you can and just swap it out every month.
You know, kind of like the hat. Yeah.
I heart North Korea.
I thought that's where you were
No,
making
but I
a
did notice
beeline
how
to
it
it.
was like placed on the table.
Right, I did too.
So we can start.
I know, I'm waiting for
anytime.
Julie.
Oh,
I already asked.
I suppose he's listening to it in head and then headphones.
I was-
Metallica.
It's got Led Zeppelin going on in the
There
background.
you go. It lights up later. I'm going to be worried.
Shouting, Freebird.
Okay.
Good to go?
Okay, now we're waiting for him. All set.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to open the July 12th Conservation Committee meeting at 7:05. Anybody?
move to open it.
Yes, I moved to
Second.
open it.
Oh, I was gonna move to open.
All in favor? Do we have to
Aye.
do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can do 5, 6, 7.
All right,
Yeah, just as a point of clarity, we can't touch your stuff until 7:30, just for open meeting. So if you want to go, you can hang out, but nothing's going to happen until then, just to let you know. It's nothing. Yeah, sure.
I don't know where to go.
Oh,
It's
By
no.
the time I get home, I have to just drive.
Do you just right
Yeah,
back,
so
right?
we're just allowing it. It's nothing against you. It's just procedural.
So can everybody approve the minutes from May 10th? Did everybody read those? Any corrections? That was here, not
Make
talking
that-
to you.
What are those?
Where are they?
Oh, I have one.
I read the other ones online. but
This is
it
May
didn't say
10th.
That was from last
This is June.
meeting, June.
Let me take a quick perusal here. So you melted together our comments.
I
Great.
did.
Thank
I
you.
just have one correction. And I marked it.
On here? Oh,
On,
okay.
Yep.
on the May ones, right, I fixed it.
No, on the June ones, after the revisions.
Oh, there's still another one?
Buildings is actually footings.
Well, my notes say buildings.
It was National Grid, they're coming to replace
Inspecting
concrete structures and footings, not buildings.
Okay.
That was the only thing I was like, I don't think there's any buildings out
I
there.
thought they were small buildings. You know how like they have pump houses and stuff like that?
Yep, no, they're just cement pads.
Okay. Okay, I'll fix it. Oh, you
But
can
I
put
did write it
across
in
it.
there.
You can put across in it, and the last page, just sign it, you know,
Okay,
and then I'll just run new ones and staple that.
Can I correct that? Change it to Terry.
No.
5-0 vote.
unanimous. Now you feel like you were there.
Great. All right. I have no changes.
Anybody else wanna look at June? June
He has June,
May
Oh.
10?
right?
May 10, anyone?
I have my own
Yeah,
copy, but the one that we signed is over there.
yeah, no, he just wanted to know if you want to
Oh,
look at it.
no, I have no change. Fine.
So you can sign these once we vote to approve them,
Okay,
even the other one, cause all she needs to do is replace the page.
okay.
Are we gonna do June 1st and then May, or we're doing both at the same time, or?
Whoever wants to make a motion.
Yeah. You can't because you're abstaining, I think.
No, I can
Right?
move.
Because he's what?
He's abstaining?
He can make the
Can he
motion
make a motion?
still.
Oh. I'll make a motion if it's easier.
I make a motion to approve the June 14th, 2017 minutes as presented.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
One
I was waiting
abstention.
for you. Opposed, abstained, you're abstaining. Can you do the May ones too?
I move to accept the minutes from the May 10th, 2017 meeting with no corrections.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed, abstained? Okay. That's funny, I keep looking at Mike. So, we were talking about having an August meeting, actually not having an August meeting because there was no, information brought forth. We only had one. Oh, now we have two. Do you wanna tell me what they are? National
One is
Grid.
National Grid,
Uh-huh.
to put, gas mains. I forget the street, but they submitted
Okay.
that already. And the other one, what you're gonna do tonight, so.
Okay,
Yeah. I'd like to continue the Johnson's Pond one to August, so I would
So
be
who
in favor
here
of,
can make an August meeting.
I can,
I can.
Not the second week of
August 9th.
Nothing I know of yet.
August. No, August 9th?
Oh.
No, I'm traveling, so.
Is that the date, August 9th? I forget. Not,
I'll be here.
So we should
So
have
that's four.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody want to make a motion to have a meeting, or do you not need one?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
So I'll move that we do indeed vote, do indeed meet on August 9th, 2017, although we weren't going to.
A second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye. I'm up for part of August, I just don't know when, so I'm approving, I don't mind meeting if I'm here, but I may not be here.
Yep.
Just so, for clarity.
Okay, well. Do you have the May minutes? There was something on there I wanted to bring up for, good business. Does anybody have anything they wanna talk about on old business?
I can talk about 19 Balch Avenue, just which is the estate
Okay.
matter. It's a parcel of land that is owned by, we found out after the fact, by a woman who is deceased. We were able to find that she passed away in Newton, New Hampshire, which I don't have any clue where that is, but it's up in Rockingham County. I was able to get death certificates for the woman. We've prepared the probate paperwork, and we've submitted it to one of the two children. There are two children. We're going to have them act as co-personal representatives since they're the sole heirs of the estate. The estate is not a lot of money. It's only the land, which is roughly assessed at $3,000. So that's why they're donating it to us. So the paperwork is out with one of the nominated personal representatives. And then once we get it back, we'll send it to the second one and then submit it to the probate court, publish, and then do a license to sell, and then we'll own it. So just to give you the heads up.
How much longer?
As soon as I get it back, we'll,
So
so,
it could be
it's-
within a month or?
yeah, well, the
Month or
the
two.
full proceeding is not gonna be done within a month, because I'm required to publish, and you have to publish within, it's like 4 weeks before the actual return date, but then after the return date, you get appointed immediately,
Oh.
and then we're done, so.
Well, but it's gonna happen soon.
Yes, assuming that they sign up, they have sign here stickies that they just need to follow the directions, and then they'll be fine.
So, a quick question, and so after they sign, what happens?
I submit the paperwork to the probate court, which is in Salem, Massachusetts. And then the probate court tells me to publish in a local paper, whatever the local paper is for Groveland. I honestly don't know.
See, which would
Probably, that's what I'm guessing. But we have to publish before the return date on that, where people have the right to object if they want to. Obviously, no one's gonna be objecting to this deal. But then at that point, I submit proof of publication, and then they're appointed. Once somebody is appointed, though, because there's no will, I have to seek the authority of the probate court to sell the property. In this case, it's called a license to sell, and they're selling it to the town for $0, which is what is gonna end up happening. So,
Thank you.
I've killed at least
Yeah.
30 seconds.
I've got some stuff to talk about.
Okay.
Oh, good.
So, first one is related to Lower Center Street. So if you recall at our last meeting, we were wondering about a recycle bin being there, and indeed, there is a recycle bin there. So we don't have to buy one. Besides that, we have two items in the state budget. One is for placement of boulders along the shoulders from the Boxford line up to the second parking lot. And the other one is money towards the Water Lily hydro raking project and boat launch and miscellaneous stuff. So the total comes to about $70,000, which is pretty good. That will enable us to fully accomplish the weed removal from the pond, and do some other straightening up over there on the Lower Center Street side. So I'm excited about that.
How much was it again?
$70,000. And found out yesterday that it has made it all the way through the budget process, and the only one who can kill it now is the governor. So hopefully we'll find out that he didn't kill it in the next week or so, so that we can get going on the weed removal project.
If it gets approved, do you know when the money gets released?
Pretty much right away. The only downside to it is it has to be spent by June 30th. So that's gonna make things a little tight for us. But I think it can be done. I've been working on quite a few issues related to it.
I'm amazed that the weeds are as choked up as they are this year. I mean, I think they're worse this year than they were
Oh,
last
yeah.
year. When I go by
Yeah.
VC, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's astounding.
I
Yeah.
know.
Stems out a lot more now.
Yeah.
They just keep getting worse. We did have the water level raised up. It's not at what I would say the highest point, but it's it's about maybe 6 inches. It could be 6 inches higher. We had, Rosemary and I talked to Bob Arakalian and had him put in more stops. So it could be a little higher, but I don't know. But it's at least a foot higher than it has been in the past, so hopefully that's gonna make a difference too. And that leads me into the update on the 2 CPA projects. So we've got 2 approved CPA projects. The first one is the Johnson's Pond weed removal and plan for Johnson's Pond. So I've been doing a lot of work to get the company that's gonna do the weed removal all ready to go. I spoke to them today, they think they can do it in either late September or October, and that will be fine. And they are willing to do, they're willing to do the planning portion or do all the planning portion, whatever we want. And the second project is related to Johnson's Creek, which includes the pond, but I made them two separate projects, and so that's a planning thing. So I've got Denise wanted specifications written on both of those things, so I've got them into her. Once she sends them back to me, then I will get some more quotes on getting that work done. And I think we'll be able to start both of those projects this year. And especially if we get the state funding added, then we'll be able to do everything that we want to do. So it's kind of all related. There's a lot of moving parts to it, but I hopefully can keep it going. Any questions on that stuff?
The CPA money is not restricted to being spent by June 30th?
No, that, we have 3 years to spend that.
My thought, one thing I'd mentioned in the past, and I think that we should do, is when any of these projects that are CPA funds that we're expending on for beautification of the town, we should put up signs that,
Oh, yeah.
that says, this is your CPA funds at
Yes,
work.
Yes.
I mean, just, I think that, you know, my office is in Salem, and Salem does that quite frequently, and it's a very obvious thing for people to say, okay, this is what my money is going towards. And I think that it's free advertising in the sense that it really makes people aware.
Yes. The Community Preservation Committee already approved twice putting signs on all our funded projects,
Great.
but, you know, it's a matter of getting it done, because we don't have
Yeah.
a staff, you know, so I'm hoping that we can come up with that we can develop a standard sign and start putting them in all the former projects.
Yeah, I mean, like a nice big sign that just says, this is your CPA funds at work.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't have to be more specific than that. People see the progress, and I think that that's important. Because, I mean, public awareness of what we're doing, you know, is paramount, I think.
Absolutely, absolutely. I don't think I have any, oh, I know, one other thing. VZ Park issue. So, if you recall, in 2015, I think, when we had all that ice dam problems at VZ Park, and fortunately, the insurance company stepped forward, and we ended up getting about probably $200,000 worth of work done there by the insurance company, paid for. So that was very good. Put the building in good shape. We fixed problems with the roof that had been long-standing. New fire alarm system, which we had needed for a long time, and then a lot of other things they fixed. Well, that was the good part, but finally, because of that claim, somewhat because of that claim, the insurance company decided to get out of the business of insuring any properties with a residence on them, which, you know, we've got 3 properties there, 3 things there with residences. So then they dropped us. We found this out like the last week of the fiscal year, that they were dropping us as of July 1. So Denise kind of scrambled to find something else, and the other thing was, she went out and got pricing and found, we weren't paying for the insurance, the town paid to insure it, but then it turned out the town wasn't even paying for it. Nobody was paying for it. We kind of were getting this insurance for free because of, nothing to do with us, but
Is it a
just because
bundle, or?
it was all bundled in and poor description on it. And so the town wasn't paying anything for this insurance. So she got a quote, the only company that would, when she did the first round, the only company that would do it was willing to do the insurance for $21,000 a year, which, you know, obviously is not good.
So even though the town, so it's specific to VZ, but it's part of the town policy? Or how does that work?
Yeah, it was bundled, all the buildings were all bundled together.
Right, but what about, like, is it bundled, like, we have the fire station, police station, town hall, VZ,
Library.
schools?
Yep.
So all that together is 21,000?
No. Just
ours.
for VZ would be $21,000. So,
Okay.
so we didn't like that idea, obviously, because it, you know, she didn't have any money in the budget to pay for it besides. So she worked out like a deal that the town is gonna pay $4,000 for 3 months' worth of insurance. And and we can cancel it up until the 91st day, and that will give us time to try to find another way to get the place insured. So that's kind of where we're at. We are insured, we're covered by property and liability insurance there, but, you know, obviously, we can't, the town
Ultimately,
doesn't want to spend $21,000.
do you know who's paying for it ultimately? at the
No.
end? Okay.
The town, I'm assuming, but I'm sure that's gonna come up.
You indicated there are 3 residents there. Are there people living in those 3
Oh, yeah.
residences?
Yeah.
Do they have their own insurance that covers just
They
renters
have their
insurance? or-
renters insurance,
Okay, so
but-
that they don't have,
Yeah, that was a requirement that the insurance company put on us, so we had to do that, require everyone to have their own renter's insurance, new leases and everything else. You know, but even besides that, then they came back still, didn't wanna do it.
So,
Is that the information on the property? From the insurance company?
What is this?
is that a binder?
Hmm.
I thought this was, no, this is for,
specifically.
that's for the summer camp.
Oh, all right.
No.
I didn't bring the other thing with me.
So is the town and or Denise looking, or she looking for us?
Right now, I
to
have
look?
Claire Walsh looking. Claire Walsh is trying to find out what our options might be.
Do you mind if I make a few phone
Oh,
calls?
by all means. I can send you the same information I sent Claire, so you'll have all
You
the
can do
square
that. I have-
footage and everything.
Can you do that for me too?
Okay.
I was gonna say that for me too, but if these 2 guys are taking it, then
I mean,
awesome.
I'm glad to help, but ultimately it's town-owned land that we
Right.
bought 20 years ago. I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is. I don't wanna pay 21,000, but we can't not insure it.
Right, exactly.
Well, there's 2 issues, you know, one is finding the least expensive insurance and then making sure that the town continues to pay for it, that they don't put it back on us.
Well, we
So-
don't have any budget.
Well, they could say, sorry, you know, you gotta pay for it,
And
because
I
we're
would
it's
say,
not in
what
our
about the
budget.
library?
Yeah, right.
Well, could it be paid from CPA funds, since it's a CPA? No? Okay,
Hmm.
just an idea.
Yeah.
It would have to come out of our operating expenses and,
Hmm.
you know, and so
Sorry,
we
you're out.
really don't have it.
See you later. I'm going home.
So that's I'll send you that's good.
So
Is
if
there
those
anything
people,
you
if
can
those 3
find out?
people move out, they'll be covered, right?
Say that,
If those 3 people that are living in those facilities, they leave, move out,
yeah,
and it'll be covered,
no,
no?
well, because we couldn't really survive if we didn't have them living there, because that's part of the money that, you know, goes towards our operating expenses, so it's kind of a catch-22.
So is that the issue with the insurance, the residents,
Yeah, they,
condos like that?
it's Maya, they insure all towns, and they said they're not, they wanna get out of the business of insuring anything that has a residence in it, because
Okay,
with the residents, you know, they had to pay to put them up in a hotel while
Yeah.
while they were fixing the
Right.
place, you know, so.
Yeah,
it
it's
was-
expensive.
It was expensive.
I'm just curious if you could subdivide it, because I mean,
Well, yeah, right,
that's the other thing, is the residences are very unique to one type of insurance, and then the rest of it is a totally different type.
right.
But you could have mixed-use condo-type
Right,
commercial buildings.
yeah.
We've
Yep.
done that
Mhm.
for properties that I manage.
An imaginative insurance person could figure it out, I would think.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's definitely, it shouldn't be an issue. So if you guys strike out, let me know and I
Yeah,
will.
so we got 90 days anyway, so
Okay.
that's a good thing. And I think that's all I've got.
All right. Does anybody else have old business? Is it long or?
No, really quick.
Okay,
Family member was kayaking down at Lower Center Street. I think over the July 4th weekend, yep. A lot of people using the facility. I was told the police were driving by about every 10 minutes.
nice.
Lots of people running around, but it seemed to be kept up clean, and
Good.
I guess the police were watching out for parking and drinking, I assume, but,
Oh, that's good
So-
news.
Great.
but I was surprised they described it as like, 20 to 30 people, so which is
Mm.
sort of exactly
Wow.
what we didn't want, but, it is July 4th weekend. It
Yeah,
was a nice
right.
day, so.
That's one of the target weekends.
But, again, it goes towards, can we get these people to go over to VZ Park?
Right.
Because there's a lot more room, it's a lot better for parking and that kind of stuff.
Yep,
So,
that's the whole idea.
Put a sign up.
big arrow, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get any bad reports. from-
Hopefully the cleanup afterwards was fine.
Right,
Yeah, they came home at like 6 or 7 or something, so they weren't late. I don't know how late the people were there, but, we didn't hear anything, so it's probably good.
Yeah. Yet.
yeah, yeah. Do you have anything, Bill? Okay.
Is it 7:30?
It is. I'm
Ah.
gonna postpone mine till the end then, so that I can take the people here. So he was here first. I don't know your name. 25 Stonebridge?
25 Stonebridge.
Yeah. You're doing some removal of trees. Do we have, you have,
I do.
So
some
what we should
plans.
do- What
I
you
do.
should do on
Do we have
all
to
these
open
is
them?
motion,
To
Yeah.
open,
open the
Motion
hearing.
Oh, okay.
and
Open the
then
hearing.
Motion to close it.
can I get a motion?
I'll move to open the hearing with respect to 25 Stonebridge Road and the removal of trees
A second?
At what time?
at
Oh.
7:31.
Second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
We're
so,
open.
do you have your green cards?
I do.
Thank you. So here is the plan.
I have the green cards, I also did the lights, this building's suspended. We
Damage,
won't get all
fence
the
due to
green
fall.
cards, But we have all the light cards, so.
that happens.
Where's the water?
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, I don't
Okay, all right, cool. Butters list.
Yes, I got those, yeah.
You're not here on the same matter, I take it?
No.
Okay.
Are you Stonebridge? Okay, number 4?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna pass this down. Did you see it? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So, we've been living there since 2011. It's apparent that every winter, or in every fall and every spring, that inevitably a tree falls in our backyard beyond our fence line. And just this past spring, there was a storm that knocked down a good section of our fence. So, couple that with, we have probably about a dozen trees within our fence line, within our yard, most of which are 2 to 9 inch size caliber. There's a few pine trees that are more than that. And then, I guess when the house was built back in 2006, there was a limit of tree clear, and they left whoever built the house left, some sizable stumps above grade. So, we're requesting to remove the trees within the fence line, repair my section of fence, and then we we've been talking to Valley Tree Service just to get an estimate to see how much this would cost, and, they would grind down the stumps, like about 6 inches below grade, they said, and then they would like leave a pile of wood chips, so we would just kind of take the wood chips and spread them out and maybe fill in the holes of the trunk, so, that's what we're here to look for.
I can't tell from your diagram, obviously, but how close are the wetlands to where you're talking about?
There's a marker there that is, that I believe, that's a 75-foot marker. I believe that's a
Could-
75.
Look at it.
Could
We
be
did go out,
75.
Mike and I went out to look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that,
He has the granite
the
markers
farthest,
there.
Is it 75?
We're not sure.
Oh,
Okay.
It could be 50, it could be 75.
mm.
When we were there, didn't we assume it was 50?
I
We
thought
did have-
I thought we said it was 75, but I don't know if I threw the,
if
Site
you- if you look at-
inspection.
If you look at like GIS or historical, it appears that it's well more than 50, it's probably in the 75-foot range.
that's
That's
on,
what but in any event, to answer your question, the farthest tree beyond that marker is about 16 feet. So, but much of the trees are
Oh,
straddling.
from the marker itself?
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
but everything's within our fence line.
So you're 16 feet past the whatever that marker is. If it's 50, you're 66 or whatever. Okay. If it's 75, you're at 90. Okay.
Say that again? 66 or 90?
Well, you had it
Okay.
16 feet past the marker
Yeah.
is what he said, so I was just,
I just heard two different numbers and I was,
well, if
Well,
it
yeah,
was
I
50
get it
versus
now.
75, sorry.
Do we have, I remember the planning board was very specific about the tree line, and I remember people getting in trouble way back when about a pool with cutting trees and stuff. Are
We have
they
that.
sort of out of the picture now? I mean, I don't know how that
No,
works.
no. You know, we should still be careful about allowing trees to be cut.
are you in a rush to get these removed or would you mind if we came out to the site and looked at it?
Well, I
Mm.
think.
I was there
Rosemary's
and
been
Mike
there,
was there.
Mr. Dempsey's been there.
we did look at it and saw where it is, but I understand if you guys wanna take a look too, so,
What did you think, Mike? when
just
you
to get
looked
an
at it?
idea of what's going
Well,
on.
We didn't, that's what, I guess my point is, I'm not sure what that marker is. I don't know if it's 50 or 75, because we didn't go find the file on it, but we should be able to locate the file.
Okay, let's try that first.
But, you know, I mean, if we wanna go see it, that won't hurt. You know, and we can go and measure it.
Is this all flat? Yeah, so my backyard is like a plateau, it's flat area outside my house, and then it steepens with a slope, and then it flattens out. And then everything is within the fence line, there's already, whoever built the house already cleared trees beyond where I'm asking to clear the trees. So it's not like I'm going into like the vegetated wooded line, these are standalone trees within
It's
my
not
backyard.
just going into the line that we're concerned about, it's the buffer. So
Okay.
I don't know
Yeah.
what agreement was made when the house was built.
Oftentimes,
if-
when they do that, they allow the removal of some of the trees, but not
Right.
all of them.
There's
So you're
usually
not
a
clear cutting,
percentage.
and so that's why it could be something having to do with the prior plan that says just that,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, I would recommend that we try to find the file and see what it says, but, you know, regardless, then we go look at it, and then we'll know that marker is, oh, that's 75, or, oh, that's 50
Right, I'm
feet.
surprised it doesn't say on, no?
No,
They
they
do
never
now,
say,
don't
They
no.
don't say.
But now we're trying to always put them at 100 feet.
Oh, okay, all right.
Whereas before, it would be whatever seemed to make sense at the time. but
Right.
That wasn't always good either.
It's not as consistent before.
What do you guys think about contacting the planning board and at least giving them an opportunity to comment?
Well,
He's not building
I
anything.
actually, I'm not building anything. I actually reached out to Mr. Freer,
Yeah.
and he actually came to my house too, and I don't wanna speak for him, but I can tell you what he said. which he did not find any issue with that.
Yeah.
And I asked him for any records, and he could not find any records.
Oh,
in
man,
planning.
okay.
There's-
So I tried to do my due diligence.
Yeah, and I mean, thank you for doing that. I know there was an issue way back when. I'm trying to go through my head, if he would have an issue, it's like, how do you, for perpetuity, you can't cut a tree down on your property, that seems, but, so he doesn't have an issue, which is good.
And like I said, these are relatively minor trees. There is a tall one that is of concern. If you look at the back half of it, in my opinion, I'm not a tree expert, but it appears to be beginning to rot. So, am I in a rush? No, but, you
Right.
know, like, there's a storm, like, as we speak outside. So I do want to balance that with, having
Sure.
the right decision, so.
Well, if we did a site walk and then we came back and voted on August 9th, you'd have an approval by August 9th, that's not that far away. Right?
Right,
Is that gonna impede anything with you, that you're doing if we do the approval on August 9th, like meeting beforehand? Now we're having an August meeting, as you now know.
Yeah, I wanted to repair my fence. We've been talking to fence contractors to repair my fence. Is that something that I could do in the interim? With the-
Trees that are already fallen, I would
Yes.
assume you just need to take it off the fence and get it out of there, right? We don't
He's-
have any trouble with a tree that already fell.
He's talking about fixing his fence, though. I think he wants to know whether he's entitled to fix his fence, which
Yeah,
is already
but he
there.
has to get the fallen tree off
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
don't
see
see an
why
issue.
you can't do that.
Can we make a motion that he is allowed to remove any trees that have fallen over his fence and fix his
You
fence?
can.
And then, I'm formulating it as we speak.
Yeah.
okay,
And then, and with respect to the removal of the remainder of the trees, that we adjourn that portion of his request until after the August meeting, knowing that we're gonna have a time that we're gonna set up with the homeowner before that for us to review and also search to find the original plan.
excellent.
Does that work?
She missed a couple of words.
I know, I'm not making the motion yet. I'm saying this is what I'm suggesting that we make as a motion.
I would agree.
That's a good point.
Okay, then I move that we allow him to remove any trees that have fallen on his fence and allow him to repair his fence immediately. And with respect to the removal of any future trees, that we first search to find the original plan and to find out where those markers are located. Julie, do you need more time? And that we schedule a site visit between now and August 9th, where we review what's going on and address his further request to remove the trees until the August 9th meeting. Anyone want a second?
Seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You wanna
So-
vote?
Can we set up the time?
Yeah, so, Rosemary can locate, I can help her out. Rosemary can locate that file. Last Saturday in July, the 29th.
Is that doable for you? July 9th, in the
29th.
morning?
July 29th,
Oh, 29th, yeah,
the Saturday.
yes.
Can we do a weeknight?
Late? I mean, I'm just thinking it's light out and then that doesn't
Yeah.
wreck people's weekends.
You want to do the 28th, the Friday?
Yeah, I could do Friday.
Friday, yeah. I can
I'm
do
fine.
that.
Or
I'll make it work, whatever.
Thursday? Maybe, I don't know if people want to do something on a Friday. On a
Thursday's good too. We just need a majority.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm wildly flexible, but obviously on the weekends I'm
Wildly
probably, well, I mean,
How
So,
about you?
Friday, July 28th. What time?
That'll work.
July
I have that day
28th works
off,
for me.
so Anytime,
Like,
5?
yeah,
What time do you get
5.
home?
5 PM.
Can you make that?
I could,
Unless you prefer a different time.
no, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll have my children with me if that's okay.
Oh, yeah, that's
That's
fine.
fine.
It won't be long, you know, it'll be, probably end up being 15, 20 minutes.
Get that.
So I assume that if you're gonna have Valley Tree Service in there, they're gonna, if they were allowing the removal of the trees, they're gonna bring in the tree removal, cut that out, and then have the stump grinder, that's gonna be the equipment, then the end of the
Yeah,
equipment that's
so,
gonna be in
yeah,
there.
they said that they would bring a crane in.
Yeah.
And they would just chop it up and then, so,
Hmm.
just to minimize the.
It's
you know,
nothing
service.
special is what I'm saying, there's nothing,
So,
okay,
Does that need to be posted, Mike?
The site visit,
Yeah.
no.
so the 27th at 5?
28th.
28th.
Friday,
Oh, we said 5?
28th at 5. Isn't that what you said?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, we'll see you at the house.
Okay, thank you.
so I move to continue the hearing, to close it, no, just to continue until August 9th.
With
Second.
respect to the removal of the tree, but not with
Yes.
respect to the
Yes,
other stuff.
so,
Okay.
yep,
Second.
add that.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thanks.
Enjoy your night.
You too.
Thank you for coming.
No, no problem.
So were we looking for that file, Mike,
Excuse me?
the file for his property?
Mhm.
What about it?
Did you look for it?
No, we haven't,
Okay.
but you know, the trouble is that it's center place, and there's a translation between the lot numbers, and so it's a little tricky to
Mhm.
find them.
Yeah.
But I think, I haven't even looked, but I think I can identify which one it was.
Somebody make a motion to open 4 Stonebridge?
I'll move.
At
7:45. And we open the motion, or open the meeting with regard to 4 Stonebridge Road and the addition of a deck and above-ground pool.
Seconded.
These are both GNOIs, right?
Correct.
Yeah, they're not GRDs. They're GNOIs.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yep, little GNYs.
Tell us about yourself and your pool.
And your
So-
plans?
You have to come up here, actually, because he can't hear you.
Yeah, and then you
Sorry.
guys want the stuff, the
Yes.
abutters and all
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, thank you.
Paperwork, okay. So we have an existing deck there now that we're just gonna
you.
extend 16 feet and then put the pool directly off that.
Okay. Do you have plans? Do you have plans?
No.
No. Do you have plans?
Nope, I don't have anything. You were gonna bring something.
Yeah.
Right.
So you already have a deck.
Yep.
You're extending it another 16 feet.
Yep.
Right here, 15 by 16.
Okay.
And a 30-inch pool. Above ground, right?
Yep.
Can I pass it that way?
Where are the wetlands?
The first one on the left.
On the left.
To the left?
Yeah.
To the
They're
left
to the
and,
left of the house.
It's a duplex, right?
No,
it's
here.
separate
There's
houses.
2 houses
It used,
that
it
they
was
added.
gonna be a duplex.
I'm confused.
where's the wetlands?
They're all on the side. So you're the one, your hill, your backyard sort of goes up on a hill a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
and
but all the wetlands are all to the left of the house.
Left, right,
Yeah.
and you came a couple, when you, right when you
Okay.
bought it, you asked to remove some
Yep.
trees and stuff.
It goes like this.
Okay.
All from the back.
Oh, so it is back there, okay.
Mhm.
Did you wanna see, this is,
Oh, a big one.
well, this is the plan for the
House.
house.
Oh, right,
So in
okay.
case you wanna see where the wetlands and everything is, and it might
Gotcha,
give you a
gotcha,
better
gotcha.
idea
Okay, so,
of where everything is. And what's existing.
So what side are we looking on? The left,
The
right?
left,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
That's
So it's
4.
this one.
The other one is 6.
okay, so you got 86, is that 86 feet?
Yep, 82,
84, so-
86, 86. Okay. And then this way? I don't see anything this way.
Looks like it pitches up, though. I mean, this is up to 98.
Hmm.
Or-
Yeah, it
So
goes
you're,
up in the back.
you're
My house goes, yeah, we have a hill on the back of it.
All right.
So are you moving any dirt to
No.
put in the pool?
No. Oh, removing dirt, yes, they're probably gonna have to, I'd say probably dig down 2 to 3 inches.
Oh, all right, so it's not like you're carving it out of the,
No, just, well, they have to level it and stuff, so they
Yeah.
definitely have to,
Yeah, because this one here is whatever this line is. It's 62, and then this one's, yeah, it's really a small amount of pitch, that close to the house. Okay.
you wanna see this?
Yeah, does that one show the wall on it?
The rocks.
Right, so are you removing any of the wall, the stone rocks?
if I remove the rocks, they're gonna come towards my property, like towards the house. I'm not taking them away, if anything, I'm gonna move them closer to the house.
Did you conduct a site visit?
Yes, we did. Yep, Mike and I were out there.
What'd you guys see?
What'd you guys see?
Yeah.
And the rock wall that I'm talking about is the one that
She has
goes
the
like
granite markers,
across
so
my
that's where we pulled the
backyard.
tape, that's why I
Yeah.
told her that she had
It
to
looks
Nothing to
Okay.
do with the side of it or
It's the
anything,
granite
Right,
nothing
so it
to
looks
do.
like you're gonna dig in the hill a little bit.
And were they at?
No,
50 or
no,
75
it's
or-
still gonna be on my
You're not
flat,
sure which
We're not sure
backyard.
again, but we
Nothing to
figured
do
out
with the
where
hill.
wetlands
I'm not even
were,
going,
Okay.
the
we
pool
kind of
probably
pulled from
end up,
there,
probably,
so
I
just kind
But
of-
it's
think
not
it's
like they're not
8
right
feet
next
to
door
the
to each
rock
other.
wall
Yeah,
that's
it's,
there now.
that's what we were discussing, the granite markers
So
are gonna
before
have
it
to be
even
like
makes it up the hill,
at a certain
Right,
location
okay.
all the time, 'cause
Yeah.
if you keep changing it, you don't know,
You don't
is
know,
it
yeah.
at 50, is
No, I
it
know, I
at
felt bad for
75,
this
is
guy,
it
it's like,
100?
it doesn't
Don't
help
know.
us,
So,
we
yeah,
don't know.
that's what keeps happening.
We require them, but then we don't know what they mean, that doesn't.
Well, yeah, it has to be consistent,
Yeah.
so, right,
Okay,
but, but we knew where the wetlands were, so we pulled the
But
tape.
it is, it's very.
cool.
This is very flat. And this
What
is
type of,
really- it's
um,
all vegetated.
Equipment is coming in to do all
oh, a
this?
bobcat, and I would imagine they're gonna bring a dump truck to put the dirt in to take away.
And how do they get in back of your house?
I have a big gate that opens up, so nothing would be, altering, like, we wouldn't even be going near the marker or anything to do any work,
Is on the right-hand side or left-hand side?
on the left-hand side,
So
if
if
you're
you're
looking
looking
at the
at
house.
your house from the street, the gate's on the left.
on the left-hand side, yep.
Okay, so they are going under the 50 feet, when you travel back there.
Did you find it, the 50 foot? Oh, right,
So, see that in
yeah.
So they're probably gonna be within 30 feet of the wetlands probably,
Yeah.
but the stone wall's there.
Is
You
that
can't-
in the grass? Is that like in the, there's
It's
like
in
woods?
my yard, it's my grassed-in area, and then we have a whole rock wall that goes up on the side along with the marker that's there, so. And we still have that straw that was there when they, did the house, so nothing can go into the, conservation land.
You still have the straw there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it still like hay bales or?
Yeah, well, it's that roll of
Oh,
straw.
okay, yep. What do they call those socks?
Yeah.
Not even.
Well, I would just be concerned that the stuff driving around would dig things up. But
Hmm.
at the same point, I don't know if it's really necessary to put to put hay bales or filter socks there,
Yeah,
because
I
it is so
don't-
flat.
I don't know, I'm not sure myself.
Well, it sounds like she already has them there.
Well, it's probably like 2 years old, so
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
debatable how
Effective.
effective it is, but there is a stone wall, and the stone wall actually probably goes up a foot or two.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just-
Yeah,
Because they're just placed, right, it's not a real wall.
Yeah,
so-
right, right.
they're big
It's just
boulders,
rocks.
they're boulders.
so.
I've driven by and it seems like it's like a real big incline. I'd love to see where exactly the pool is gonna be set, if that's possible.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else is having a hard time visualizing, but
You weren't on the boards way back.
No, I
then,
wasn't.
Okay, yeah.
I
Well,
came
we-
after
we
Stonebridge.
We could do a site visit on that same night, you know what I mean, and we'd still be able to approve it by August
Right.
9th.
Now, I started this process, back in May, And I've already had the pool, waiting for the pool. I mean, you guys already came out to the site visit. I mean, the only thing that's gonna be going in the backyard is a bobcat. And it's gonna be driving through that area and going to dig the thing out and bring it back and dump it in a truck that's probably gonna be parked on the street. I just don't wanna wait any longer. I mean, if I could even take a section of fence off at the other end of the house, do you know what I mean? For them to access it on the other side, not to delay the process. And there's no wetlands on the other side of the house.
I mean, I know you haven't seen it. Personally, I'm comfortable going back there. I guess my concern would be, just because I see my neighbors been using the bobcat next to me during the rain, and it can dig things up. Now, if they're doing it when it's not raining, and they're out there one day and they clear it off. and
They
dump
won't
this
do
in-
it when it's raining just because of the ground, and they're afraid that they're gonna tear the rest of my yard up. They've already asked me that, when the pool was supposed to be installed. They asked me, how much it rained. They said they won't come back there, if it had just rained, just because they don't wanna tear the grass up on me from going from the front of my yard to the back of the yard.
I don't know, I think we should do a site visit. So everybody sees it.
Haven't we in the past, I was gonna mention it when the other guy was here. I thought we had done stuff where we continue the meeting to the site visit date and then we take a vote.
We have done that.
At the
Stanley.
location,
If you do that, you have to post it.
but I thought, cause
We
we're in
have
the
done
meeting
that.
now.
I think
we're
what we did was
announcing when the
we
meeting is.
voted here contingent upon our site,
Right.
Yeah, but then
Review.
you've gotta have a majority.
And you have to post the meeting. If you're going out there to take any action, it has to be posted.
And we need to
Because
get
it's considered a meeting
2
where an
days
action is taken.
noticed, right, to post?
48
No.
hours.
40 hours.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you
I
have
thought it was
time,
3
if you wanna post it, you do have time to do it.
I'm just thinking like, I don't know what night, I don't know if Friday night is good or, do it in the next couple of days, post it, go out there, decide.
I have no problem with that. I mean, if she's got contractors lined up, I think we can,
Oh, I've had the guy call me, and I'm
No,
like,
I know, but
at first, I was hoping to get in the June meeting, and then everything, turned out that we couldn't do it then, but like I said, I'm even willing to take a section of my fence off on the other side and not even go through that area.
Well, would it make,
Okay,
so I'm just throwing stuff out, so there's that
Yeah.
option, and debate, like, I guess we'd have to, the
No,
earliest we
you
could
should
do
do
it
it
was,
Monday.
would be Monday. Or do we say, to make it a little more painful almost, or less painful, I'm not sure, take the fence, the section on the right off, go through that way, and put some hay bales, or do we say go on the left and just put some filter stock there and call it a day? Because ultimately, I mean, if we go there and it's, I'm trying to think of, what would we do? We would, worst case would probably be like, we want erosion control.
Well, we know we
Right.
probably will want some erosion control no matter what.
So-
Because they're working over here, so they're still within,
do you
So
have
Todd,
the rest?
you have no concern about the pool itself or the deck, it's just more the erosion controls, is what you're saying.
Well, so I've been there several times.
Thanks.
So, I mean, I can appreciate you guys haven't seen the property. It's
Recently,
fairly flat in the back.
yeah.
It's all grass, and I haven't, we were there when the house was almost completed, and I guess you had just purchased it, and we
Yeah.
looked at it, so it wasn't finally graded and whatnot, but I can imagine it's still very similar to when we were there. So I don't necessarily have a concern about that. I'm assuming none of this on the left-hand side has been touched, and I'm assuming everything's nice and stable and growing there the way it is. So my concern would be if they somehow dig things up, and then it's not much of a slope, but that things get washed that way, because it is a slope. It's not steep, but nonetheless, it does run off that way. And then my concern longer term would be not to empty the pool chlorinated water into the wetlands.
Right.
Oh, right,
And
oh, right,
that's
yes,
that's
right.
use
A
thing.
big no-no, right.
Because I'm willing to defer to that you've actually done the site visit, and Mike, it doesn't sound like you're objecting to the site of the pool either, or am I reading too much into it?
I don't know, I would feel more comfortable if everybody looked at it, because it's, you know, there's a few questions I think we need to decide about access and, you know, exactly where it is.
Okay.
You know, it's gonna add a little bit of time, but I'd rather do it the right way.
Now, are you too comfortable with doing this, like we put the notice up, the 24-hour notice, and view this on Monday?
48 hours.
48
You
hours.
mean
that's on- I'm
doing
sorry.
a meeting at the visit. Yeah, I mean, we can do it, we can figure out, we just have to follow the rules, but, yeah, we can do that.
Does someone want to make a motion?
Have to be posted tomorrow.
Are we all comfortable if we do that? That we find the earliest, well, I guess we have to decide what the date's gonna be, right?
So when would be a potential time, where we could have a majority there?
We can do it Monday, Tuesday.
Monday night?
I'm
What's
not
that,
here
the
Monday night.
17th? Oh, yeah,
Yeah, so you have to do a quorum without me,
When are you coming back?
24th,
Going anywhere fun?
yes.
Cool.
Oh, so you'll be back on Monday, the 24th?
Yes, I will be
On
here,
that night?
no, the night before.
Oh, Sunday?
Mm-hmm,
So Monday's the 19th.
no,
Is that
No,
correct?
17th is Monday.
17th.
Oops, I'm on the wrong month, sorry about that.
We can't do Saturday, it has to be a weekday?
No,
No, you can do any day.
Except for the 48 hours for this.
well, could we
Right.
do Saturday, this Saturday?
This Saturday, I'm not available. This Saturday, I have a party.
Okay. All right, so we can't do this Saturday.
You still need a quorum.
Right.
Oh, when do you leave on Saturday?
I leave Friday,
Right.
so I could do it
Where's,
tomorrow.
Fred's gone.
No, 48 hours.
Oh, that's right. Mm.
We don't know about Fred.
Yeah, he said he was hiking. when he
He's
was
hiking
gone.
and he doesn't have a signal.
But there's 4 of us, if you guys are willing to go, I'm fine with
If
it.
all 4 of us
Right,
can be there, we
Right.
could do it.
Can you
are you
do Monday?
available
I'm
24th?
available.
I can do Monday.
Monday the 17th, actually, is what
Oh,
you're
the
talking about.
24th.
Could be 5 though.
Can you do
I can do 6, yeah.
How about you, Mike?
Yeah.
You look pained.
No,
What day?
I could do that.
Monday.
Monday the 17th.
17th at what time?
We're not
6
back to 17th.
But there's
Yeah, I know.
other
Oh,
4
all
of
right,
us.
you got 4, okay.
Yeah.
And John's gonna run the meeting. so-
Okay, John.
Oh, that'll be a,
That'll be a hoot.
Oh, can I bring a video? I don't
Positive.
have a video camera, but I almost, I can buy one, that would be worth it.
Do you have
Just
one?
use your phone.
Use your
okay.
phone.
All right, so what time Monday? So we gotta
6.
post this tomorrow.
You said 6.
6 PM,
Can you do Monday at 6?
Yep, that's fine.
6 PM.
And the idea is to have a vote at
Yeah,
that point, right?
something,
Yeah.
17th.
So then once the vote happens, then what happens?
Then you have to get we have to write up the.
Just have to write up the order.
We have like 3 weeks to do that.
Julie, not trying to add to your already busy schedule, but is it possible you could send out an email to everybody just saying that this is when the meeting is gonna be, so that if we can get the others, like Terry, to, in case something happens, that we at least have enough people that we're not slowing the process down? Thank you.
Send a blast email.
Yeah.
So we gotta, are you gonna be around tomorrow? Rosemary or I could post it tomorrow.
Oh, I was just gonna, type it up in email to
Yeah,
her.
she
Oh,
usually
okay.
does. She can get it there
Yep,
faster by
yep,
email, so.
that's good.
So now I just have one question. So you're saying that you have 3 weeks after it's approved or whatever, you guys vote on it to have it all complete?
We often do.
Doesn't always take 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of that, part of the problem is getting everybody to sign it,
Yep.
so.
There's also a public, who's an appeal.
Well, yeah, there's the
There's a
appeal.
10-day
period,
appeal.
Right.
So does that go after you guys vote on it? It goes
Yeah.
10 days after
It's,
that?
once
No,
it's
it's 10
posted, it's a 10-day appeal period.
The 10-day, actually, this is a bylaw permit.
Oh, all right,
So-
yep, you're right.
It's not it's not really 10 days. It's, I forget what it is, but in order to appeal it, it's a lot
Isn't it
more
tw- is it
onerous.
20?
So once you guys, if you guys approve it, then
Yeah.
it gets posted.
Yes,
So then from the time that it gets posted, it's somewhere up to 10 days or something like that, or?
for the appeal.
Okay.
But then we write it up and file it, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
but, you know, it could take 3 weeks after Monday for us to write it up, sign it, and get it to you. But we'll do our best to get it to you sooner. Just a
Just
matter
getting
of
everybody
getting the
together to get them to
signatures.
sign it
Yeah.
is usually what takes the longest. It's
We're
not
pretty
the
good about
fact
it,
that we
though.
can
Yeah.
get it, but if
Right.
we send out an email and just ask
Yeah.
everybody to stop in
Yeah.
to
Okay.
Sign it.
Usually the chair sends out an email and then we all
Yeah.
circle
Yes.
around, yeah.
Right, so we can get
So
everybody
you'll
in
be
and
sending
sign
it?
off
Oh,
on it.
I'm
That's what we need.
That's fine, I
So-
don't care. We're all
All right.
local.
So I move to continue the hearing to 6 PM on Monday, July 17th
At Four Stone Bridge.
at 4 Stone Bridge.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you very much for coming. We'll see you then,
Monday,
huh?
6 p.m.
We'll see you on
Yeah,
Monday at
okay,
6
all right,
PM.
all
Thank
right,
you.
great, all right, thanks. Okay.
Seven Homestead Road.
Oh,
Not here.
there,
I can't open it if they're not here, right?
Rosemary's gonna tell us
Oh,
about
all right.
Sand
I don't think-
Homestead.
do you wanna
I think
open
it's
it
on- Oh, it's
first?
just a vote. Never mind.
Do you wanna open it, or do you want me to just tell you?
I move to open the hearing with respect to 7 Homestead Road and the tree cutting. Proposed.
This is not really a hearing.
Oh,
Well,
We had
It's-
asked them to come in and talk to us.
Did you motion?
motion.
All right,
Motion to
second.
open.
All those approve?
Say
Aye.
Aye.
yes.
Okay.
All right, so,
Go ahead.
it was a tree cutting on Homestead Lane that the person went out and started cutting trees down. One of his neighbors called the police, who then had Jim Freer come out. And so they stopped him from cutting down any more trees. So I went out and Mike went out and we looked where they were cutting. We went back again Monday and took a look at it and determined that some of the trees that he was cutting down were not within jurisdiction. And so we told him which trees he could cut and which trees to leave alone. And we went by the granite markers and we also pulled the tape from where the wetlands were.
Did Jim comment on that from a planning board standpoint?
Jim,
They only care-
actually they did, they marked the 30 foot.
Yeah, they only care about the 30 feet from, they can't,
Oh,
you can't cut, you can't do anything to disturb 30 feet away from your property line.
And he had, there were stakes there
Okay,
marked
so he's-
at the 30
So
foot,
he's comfy with it?
so he's fine with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which house, like when you
Third
drive
It's,
one
when
in.
you drive in, it's the one that's pretty much towards the back,
on the rightish side?
on the
or-
rightish side,
Okay.
correct, yeah.
So, yeah, that's what wetlands are.
We were concerned, the first time we went there, we couldn't figure out where the resource area was. And so then, when we went back on Monday, we realized that it was clear. We walked in and it's a stream. And so it was pretty easy to get to it and measure it, because I had the DeHulu's call me and ask me if we could go back there and look at it again. So when we went back there and looked at it again, it seemed more clear than the first time, for some reason.
Sometimes taking that second look makes it a little bit clearer.
So after you guys marked out what you felt was appropriate? Are there concerns, additional concerns, or?
No, and so the property owner was there, and so we kind of said, here's where the granite marker is, there's hay bales still there. You can go to the left of the hay bales, up to where the stakes are that are for the planning board,
Right.
but you can't touch anything that's on the other side of the hay bales, and that's where one of the granite markers is as well.
What was the homeowner's intention? Is he trying to just make more grass, or?
He wants to, yeah, his yard pretty much ends right at his deck. And so then, of course, it slopes right off. So what he wants to do is take down some of the trees, and then he wants to put in a retaining wall.
Is there a hill down there?
It really, only portions of his property really, it just takes out like,
Yeah, I haven't gone down that far.
but the other part is like more of a gradual slope. Oh, yeah, Mike took pictures. Mike has
Not gonna
pictures.
cut down the weeds.
But yeah,
His house is like here.
So he understands he's gonna have to file if he goes?
well, if he cuts any more trees down,
Well, and also
that are on the
retaining
other
walls and stuff.
Hmm.
No, because that's all.
it's outside
That's
the
outside.
jurisdiction, yeah,
100 foot.
yeah.
It's the way the stream goes there, it's like curved, you know, so.
It comes around, but then it goes, there's a culvert, and it takes a bend, and then it goes under somebody's driveway.
So, just out of curiosity, and not to beat a dead horse here, but did he cut trees beyond the marker?
He trimmed them. He
So
cut down
are-
dead branches, but he didn't cut the tree.
So
But
dead
there are
okay.
branches that are, when we went there, that's the first thing we saw, where we're like, what the heck? And there's a fallen tree
Right,
that, I'm not saying if he cut it or not, I don't know, but there is a fallen tree there. And so that's what we used as a marker as well, said, don't cut anything to the right of the fallen tree and the hay bales, but you're okay on the left-hand side, because it's outside the jurisdiction. We figured that the hay bales were a pretty good marker as just over 100 feet.
right.
So we knew that that was, and that marker is pretty much at 100 feet.
Okay. So he understands better now what that marker means,
Correct, and I'm sure that if he does anything else, his neighbor's gonna be calling again too, so.
sounds like.
If
So,
I were him, I wouldn't do what he's doing. I don't know why he's doing it.
I think he wants a bigger backyard,
Yeah, but
that's
he's
all I
not
can think of.
gonna gain that much.
No. I mean, it's not that far from the back of his deck to where the slope starts, so maybe 30 feet.
Yeah, and then he's gonna have to put a retaining wall.
And then he wants to put a retaining wall in, so yeah, he's not really gaining a lot, but hey, whatever.
He's
Everybody
gonna
has,
he's gonna end up with the same thing that this guy on Stonebridge has, where he's got that wall that drops off in a little play area and that's it.
yeah,
I don't know.
to each his own. So we said he didn't have to come in because he doesn't have to file because it's not jurisdictional, so that's why he was on the agenda, but when we went out, we said, okay,
Oh,
fine,
okay.
so, anyway, so he's not here for that reason.
Do
And
we
he does have
wanna
to file.
take a look at some point in the future again, or you guys who saw it, just to make sure?
To monitor the
Yeah.
Yeah,
situation?
you probably take a ride by.
I think we should send him a follow-up letter,
Okay, and
Well,
just
that would
say,
be
this is
great.
what, okay,
In writing, yeah,
what we discussed, you know, just,
as per our
To
conversation.
Reiterate, yeah.
yes,
Do we have to move on that?
no.
Okay,
all
I'm
right,
just asking,
I'll
I mean,
put something together
in
and,
case you're ever not here to guide me.
Yes.
When you said that the Who was asked to come out, right? They usually, I thought they were pretty good about educating the homeowners who buy the houses from them what the deal is.
He didn't wanna come to our meeting, so he called them because he's friends of theirs. And she called me last week and said, you know, she went out there and measured it and it didn't seem like he had cut anything within the 100-foot buffer. So could we not have to have him come to the meeting? So that's when we went out and visited it. Oh, and the other thing is that they have completed everything. They had, if you recall, we had issued certificates of compliance on everything last winter, and then it turned out that they didn't put the markers in. But the markers are all in, the markers have the correct language posted on them, and so they are complete, and she asked for the $10,000 bond back.
And they put in an extra one.
Oh, yeah, right.
So we need to vote for that, right?
No, I don't think so.
The chairman has the authority to sign to release it.
Yeah. If you wanna vote for it.
Chairperson,
Chair lady.
chair lady,
but
chairperson.
By issuing
I,
a
Chair.
certificate of compliance,
Took some stuff out I
basically
wanna
we
pass
said,
down.
You take it back.
Oh,
You know,
Yep,
put it in
yep.
there.
No
you wait
problem.
for them to ask for it.
I just have some information for you to read before your site visit, please. Thank
Oh.
you. Yeah, it's all one. Do we have to close 7 Homestead? It wasn't really a meeting, but, I mean, a motion.
Yeah, I don't think we need to because it was just a
Okay.
discussion, really.
Johnson Pond.
You wanna do number 4?
Oh, yeah, Johnson's Pond.
Okay, so I would like to make a motion as follows. I would like to motion to rescind our vote to close the hearing held on June 14th, 2017 for the Johnson's Pond Notice of Intent, and rescind our approval of the project, and instead continue it to our next meeting, August 9th, 2017.
I will second that.
Okay, now we can discuss it. So, the reason why I'm doing this is because when we filed the notice of intent, after our meeting, DEP sent forth their comments. And their comments were pretty extensive. They were looking for another whole form that needs to be filled out and this big checklist that you have to go through. So I thought that was no big deal. I looked at it and was like, oh my goodness, I didn't have a clue about how to answer some of this stuff. So I did look back, and for some reason, when I put this project together originally in the end of 2015, I had put in the whole permitting process and got a quote from Mark Jacobs to do it. And I forgot about that completely, that it was gonna be that complicated. And so I looked at that and, oh wow, you know, he was gonna do a lot of stuff. So I think that we are gonna need the assistance of somebody to do it and help us. So today I identified another company, because Mark Jacobs doesn't think he has the time to do it. I found someone else that thinks they can help us, and it will be paid for out of the project money, so it isn't gonna cost us the money. And they can do the two things, the remainder of the notice of intent requirements and the Chapter 91 license for the boat launch dock that we're gonna put in at the bottom of VZ Park. So he's supposed to get back to me in the next couple of days with pricing on that, and then we could move forward. I would like to see it closed on August 9th, but if we had to wait until September, after speaking with the pond company, it sounds like that wouldn't hold anything up. So either we'll be able to get it done by August 9th or latest in September, so that again, the weed removal can get done this fall.
Is this gonna impact in any way our needing to spend the money by June of next year? You had
No.
mentioned that? Okay.
No, that's why we gotta do it though,
Okay.
because if, they've gotta do it in the fall, or otherwise, they really can't do it in the spring very easily.
Right.
And, you know, then we're up against the June 30th deadline, so,
Okay.
so it should all fit if fall goes according to the current plan. So I recommend that we approve this motion.
All those in favor? Or any further discussion? You had your mouth open.
Can I
Yes.
second it?
Oh, it was already seconded.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, my fault.
That's why
It
we're
was
having the
Motion,
discussion.
second discussion.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Out of sequence.
Do you have any questions?
No, no,
Okay.
I was just gonna.
I move to close discussion.
Move to,
All
what is
those in
that?
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Any opposed? Abstention?
unanimous.
I looked at everybody.
No. Having fun.
Okay, you have fun.
Oh, so what, get that then, right?
Now, you have new business though, right?
I do.
Yeah, didn't you have something you wanted to discuss and wait until the end of these?
Oh,
That was
discuss.
old business.
Discuss.
On the May 10th minutes, there was like a lot of updates that we were looking to get more updates from. Do you have any of those, or are we just still like wait a minute. I'm on the wrong page.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. 268 Washington Street. The property owner has driveway
Oh.
runoff issues.
It still has not been resolved. I've called, Larry Kelly and asked him to, fix it, and I have not heard back from him. But I had gone back there to take a look, and it's still out in the middle of the road. You know, it runs down the driveway, it runs down, and then it's created like a stream, and then it ends up puddling or ponding in the in the road, and then it spills over into.
So does he have no erosion control or
The erosion control is pretty much like falling down.
done?
Right.
So just because I drive by there every single day, and I don't know this for a fact, but I've been trying to figure it out for the last 7 years as I drive by there. It's always wet next to the hydrant at the
Yep.
bottom of the driveway.
Yep.
And part of me wants to believe like the hydrant's leaking.
Nah.
But I don't, like I say, I drive by, that's all I could do, but I know what you mean, it's always wet on that side of the road.
Right.
And that's the thing that seems a little weird to me, is one thing after it rains or like a couple days later, you would expect that, but even sometimes when it's been not rained for a while, it's still wet there.
Yeah, I think what was happening, we walked up the driveway and there's an area, cause you know how much that slopes.
Right.
And so there's an area, it's not grassed or anything, but it's hot topped all the way up into the garage. And so once you get all of that, a lot of rain, it's just running down the driveway. Instead of going
Just eroding.
over there, it comes down at the easiest spot, which is right near where the hydrant is. Then it follows, there's like a natural little swale right there, and then it follows that along. And then once it gets to where the wetlands are and the road, it just ponds there, and then it runs off into the, wetland.
So we're
So-
asking him to
He-
put some erosion control up at the top?
Yes, he was out there, the first time I went out there, well, no, it wasn't the first time, but anyway, I went out there with, Mike, Terry, and Larry Kelly. And so we asked him to please address this, it was his project. So we said, you need to address this, you need to fix this. Do something to alleviate whatever is causing this to
Right.
run off and then go down. And then not only that, but all the erosion control has like fallen over, so it's not even doing anything anymore. So,
When does the permit expire?
I don't know.
I do not know.
It
It
could have
was-
expired.
It's
by
been
now.
several years ago when that was renewed. I
Yep.
forget the details.
Yeah, that was one of those extension things.
And
I'll look and see when it expires.
We need to check on that. We need to do, Larry Kelly doesn't answer Rosemary's.
He answers you,
calls,
Mike, he
but
doesn't answer me.
He answers my calls.
Doesn't answer for me, he
Because
answers
he-
you.
He thinks that he can, because I'm Mr. Easy, you know.
Tell me not to chair anymore.
Then he
I don't-
won't, then he won't answer
Then he
my
won't call him
calls.
either.
So, maybe tomorrow
Okay,
I'll
alright.
call him and we'll see if we can meet him out there again.
Okay,
Is he doing 346 too, Center?
346 Center?
Yeah,
No.
that was like also erosion runs
Nope,
down the
that
driveway.
one's pretty much been resolved.
Okay,
Yeah, that, the last time we took a ride out there and everything was fine. 346, Mike?
Yes,
That
yes.
one was okay.
Yeah, we had asked them to do some
Yeah,
changes.
and they did, and then the last time we went out, it was fine.
203 Center?
203.
That was the culvert, the hay bales fell in, he was gonna do it,
Oh, that's, well,
Friday.
that was Larry Kelly too.
Yeah, he did that.
he did?
It's not
He put in the,
completely great, but it's better than it was.
he put in boulders and riprap on the sides to hold it because the hay bales were not
Okay.
working. So he did do that one.
Did we hear from the developer on Fairway Drive regarding the markers that were supposed to be put in?
Nope, they have not. We sent him another letter saying that they
So what
needed to do
happens
that.
when they don't put them in? What do
They
we?
already have their certificate, right?
No,
Do
Oh.
they have one for that one?
he never filed for a certificate of compliance.
Is that on an individual lot or the whole development?
Whole development.
It's the whole development.
So when someone sells a house, it's not gonna be, it's
But-
not gonna come up.
Nope.
Yeah, unless you're a real good attorney like John, who would find it.
So how do we, is there anybody in this?
This is
I-
why
Office.
nowadays we pull a bond on it.
Yeah, I think he sent me an email after we sent him the letter, and I've gotta find it at home.
We've actually sent more than one letter.
Yeah, but the last time we sent the letter, he sent me another email,
Okay,
so let me check that.
all right. Okay,
And then the Homestead Lane, the two houses with the markers, they
Yep,
were
now
put
we're all
in,
done.
right? All
Yep.
done.
they're all done now
Yep.
because all the markers are in. They were supposed to put 4 in, there's now 5 markers there. They're where they said they were gonna put them because we moved one, remember? They came in
Yes,
to ask about
that's
moving
why
it. Yep.
Remember?
So they did, they moved it over, so it's out of the way now. And, the fences are all up for the, ponds. So they've pretty much got everything under control there.
Governor's Road, is there any follow-up there?
That's
Governor's Road is still, they were paving it, they paved it.
It looks like it's
I
done.
did, I think
Yeah,
it's,
they put the, the last time I was out there, they were putting in the, drainage basins.
catch basin.
Yeah, catch basins.
I rode my bike down the road on Saturday or Sunday. I didn't go all the way to Seven Star though. So I don't know how far the paving went.
Yeah, it goes all the way.
Yeah,
whole
they
st-
did
Yeah,
all
I
the
saw the other
way,
side,
yep.
7-Star, it was
Yep.
paved.
Yep.
Oh, I said, ooh, what is that road?
You see
It's unrecognizable.
Yeah, really.
the stream closest to, the intersection with,
With Rollins.
yeah,
It looked, I mean, I was riding my bike, so it wasn't like I was inspecting. It looked pretty, complete. I mean, they have some riprap on one side. It was paved. There was around the catch basins, they hadn't, it looks like they had paved, then dug, put the catch basins in, and they had gravel around it, so I don't know if they've paved that since then and whatnot. It seems like they were waiting for a final top coat to
Yeah.
complete it all. And I don't remember what the edge detail looked like.
well, the concern that I had, but I don't know, is when Rosemary and I went out there, at the very bottom of the pitch of the road, what they did was, they didn't put like any berm or something to direct the water. It all flows down the street and then goes into this opening on the road that there's large riprap between the road and the stream. So the water in a storm is all gonna come down, and it's gonna flow right in there with no treatment. It seems to me, but I'm not an engineer when it comes to this kind of stuff, stormwater, but it seemed to me that it would have been better to put a, storm basin there that catch the, you know, with a sump, to catch all the stuff before it went into the stream.
Can we
Right.
pull up the plan and see where the catch basins were supposed to be? Cause I remember this being discussed because coming off of Seven Star, it's a long slope down.
Yep.
And I don't remember the details, but it seemed,
Yeah, we could
I mean, I
check
guess
that out.
if they put it where the plan is,
Right,
then
no, that
shame on
makes
us for not
sense,
seeing it,
to
but-
look at the plan. Another plan Rosemary can find.
We're not, I mean, I wouldn't know if it would puddle and be the wrong area, we're not,
But the
maybe
plan.
you are.
But the plan would have the
Yeah, where was,
elevations
what
and-
was gonna take place.
Yeah, if they, I guess, again,
Hmm.
not a civil engineer, but I would assume they put the catch basin at the lowest point.
Yeah, to me, it didn't make sense, doesn't make
Oh.
sense what they did there.
Even
if it's
assuming they
wrong-
did it wrong, what's our,
Course
Well,
of
we can
recourse.
action,
make
yeah.
them go back and fix it.
Or we can build that side of the berm up to try and force it to go into the catch
Yeah.
basin.
I'm just asking, I mean, I'm not saying that they did it wrong, but.
I don't know where the nearest actual catch basin even is there.
There
Did
was
we see one?
when we did our site visit and there was water all around.
We did see catch basins, but
There's one, not one at the very bottom though,
no.
on neither side.
No, but it looked like they were gonna put one there, cause remember there was something like, it looked like
Yeah.
there was gonna be one added at a later date.
Yeah, so we gotta go look at it
Maybe it's
again.
there now.
Okay,
Yeah, to be installed at a later date.
check drains. And then Stonebridge,
Oh, yeah, so you see that,
so did everybody have a chance to read that? So,
Nope, I'll wait for you to finish.
I've driven by a few times. I wasn't there, so I don't know which trees were marked, but I only saw one tree inside that fence line, still standing.
So if, I have not walked back there in 2 years, but if that is the case,
Yeah,
then
there's one
they
tree.
did not do what we asked.
Exactly, and I feel that if you're asking for something else, and you didn't listen the first time, why would you listen the next time? And that's why I have concerns and I would rather see it, but if you guys see it and can address it, that's fine. I'm all for fines,
Oh, yeah, Monday.
I know. That's why I'm hoping you guys are strong. Count them, measure them,
if
do whatever you have to
Carl,
do.
can we, if Carl were there, remember you, me and Carl went and
Yep.
looked at it.
No, I remember, I
This is
mean, we went
for-
through and looked at all the
Yes.
trees and
Mhm.
stuff.
And we marked it.
and,
We marked them.
I don't know the solution, but between this, Stonebridge, well, Homestead really isn't jurisdictional, but we always run into this. We sit here with the developers, we come up with a plan, everybody's agreed, everybody's happy
Yep.
and wonderful. The second the homeowner gets there, they wanna do their own thing, and then
That
we're
was
always
the
ones.
homeowner though,
Right, no, I
along with the
know.
other side that came in, I was here for the other side. And we were like, okay, you can do this. The other side maybe complied, this one I haven't been back there, but it doesn't seem like it has. From what I hear.
If you recall, remember, we got a call from somebody.
Oh, that's right.
And we
Yeah.
went out to try to see it, and we couldn't figure out what they were talking
They,
about.
they were talking about, motorcycles going in the wetlands, and
Oh.
we walked through,
Yeah.
we went all through that area, not on the property, but the one next to it.
Yep,
And we walked all through there, and I remember we didn't see anything obvious. I mean,
Yeah.
we were there a good half hour, we walked
yeah,
all
yeah,
through it.
yeah.
Terry was there, myself.
We were
were-
trying to get, we were gonna try to get in touch with the person who called, we never could.
Did we
call
even
them
know,
back.
or was it an anonymous phone call?
I don't know. But for some reason, we couldn't ever get back in touch with them. So we never did go and look and
And
check.
how long ago was that?
Oh, this was back, must have been,
It wasn't last fall, I wanna say the last summer or spring.
yeah, the end of the summer. It was maybe the end of the summer.
But we walked right up to the property line though, because we crossed the brook. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
going across
Oh,
the
yeah.
brook. I mean, we
Yeah.
would have seen if there was a lot of stuff going on, I think we would have seen it.
Well,
But we'll see on
we'll
Monday.
see.
Is this, a similar occurrence recently? Possibly? Okay. Yeah,
Can we bring a plan along?
Oh, yeah,
Monday?
we've got that plan.
she has the
Oh,
big
it's
one.
down there, I think.
It's very,
Do you have it?
Oh, in
Heather?
here?
It's in,
Mm,
Okay,
hope
good
so.
point, too, just in case.
no.
where'd that plan go?
oh, I'm sorry, I
You
got
took
it.
it.
I put it back in the other files.
I just wanna take a picture of
I just need that, stuff back so I can put it back in this file.
Can we, here.
You wanna make a copy? Yeah, okay. Yep, there you go.
He's taking pictures.
He's awesome. I knew somebody would, do that.
So, what
Hence
we
my-
said
Hence my
was,
urge to go out.
they could cut this portion, here's their property line, and here's the 75, kinda curves.
Mm-hmm.
We said they could cut this here,
Oh, in the middle.
and they could cut this, cause that's outside of the
Okay.
100-foot buffer.
It's all
We said
gone
that-
now.
And we said the same thing for over here, we said they could cut this. They haven't done anything, I know that.
No, but
But
they
the
have.
question is, where did they stop? Did they stop here?
Oh, okay. I thought that was their property line. I'm like,
No,
and they did
no.
stop, but
Property
no,
line
it
is
goes
back
all the way
here.
over
Yeah, yeah.
with the rocks.
But it looked
Okay.
like when we were there, it looked like pretty much the whole hill was gone.
Yeah,
Of
it looks
trees.
like they may have cut to the 25-foot or beyond,
Right,
I don't know.
that's what it looked like,
Oh.
but it's hard to tell when we didn't
They were
measure
cut.
that, we only measured for where they wanted to put the pool and,
We'll take a look, obviously, on Monday.
yeah.
I'm just putting
Take
that right
picture.
on top. Rosemary, I just put those right on
Oh,
top
okay, great,
of
thank
the
you.
other thing.
Yep,
So
thank you.
Rosemary will come with us anyway, so.
Are you gonna be there Monday?
Well, I'll be here Monday, yeah,
Okay.
yep, so I can come up with you.
Little son. Be excellent.
Little field trip.
I'm allowed to leave
Yeah.
on Monday night?
I know,
I
right?
am?
At 5 o'clock,
Oh, all right, as long as I'm back by 6.
yeah.
All right, I'm on a time
You
limit
know,
here.
We're
but
gonna
you
be
know,
there
every
at
time
6.
you leave the office, somebody comes in.
It's fun,
Hmm.
yeah. And then I hear about it. It says that you're here for this time, okay.
Anybody else
No,
have
no,
any
that's all.
old business?
I know.
John wants to
Um,
leave.
Just point of clarity,
Yes.
the one we were talking about, the driveway, so
Yes.
Larry Kelly owns that now?
No.
No,
He's a
he's the
developer.
contractor.
Okay, cause,
It's
Uh-huh.
still
Gorski
Gorski.
is still
Yep.
the.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
But yeah, he was the contractor. He was the one that was out there.
He did,
Yeah, okay, I just wanted, I
Yeah.
didn't.
Gorski had Kelly come and fix it. And I think that it's improved, but there's
Those are
some
Julie.
problem there with where that water's coming from.
Right.
I can't figure it out, we couldn't figure out, but it runs right into the street, carrying silt with it down towards the wetland.
No, like I said, I, every day I see it.
Yeah, you see
But
it.
it's, the thing I can't figure it out is it seems to be wet even when it hasn't like rained for days and days and days.
No, I know, that's what I
But-
mean, I wonder if it's some kind of,
It's a spring or something.
yeah.
Oh, that could be. It could be something that's in the side of the hill there. I don't
Yeah.
know, but or a leaky hydrant.
But that wouldn't, if it's carrying a lot of sediment down, let's take a look. Maybe I'll stop one day.
Yeah, you can figure it out.
Ride your bike down, inspecting. You can make a motion.
You can make it. I'll second.
I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting at 8:36,
7.
7?
Second.
I was gonna say, I can't read that. Old glasses.
All in favor?
Oh, yeah, all those in favor.
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
You guys usually jump on that.
I know, I thought they wanted to stay tonight, I
See,
guess.
it's like barely after 8:30.
I thought we were gonna be done at
Well-
8.
If Terry were here, though, he'd be out the door already.
So, may I borrow your keys again? Sorry to bother you.
Where are you going?
I just.
Alaska.
Cool.
Yeah,
Are you?
yeah.
Are you doing the
I'm gonna go
cruise
there
and
next year.
overland?
Are you doing
Cru-
the cruise?
Yeah, the cruise
Out of Seattle?
out of Vancouver.